Day 2 in the opening road race stage of the USA Pro Tour Challenge. Honey Milk sign in here as the race leader, having won the time trial yesterday in Colorado Springs, signed in. That was Patrick Gretsch. This is Christian van der Velde, who was second yesterday and sits second overall.
Just for a mere 2 seconds, he'll be dreaming about trying to get himself the yellow jersey at the end of a day like this. But all the riders know that they're facing up to some of the highest mountains that some of them have ever seen in their lives and certainly ever ridden over.
Salado was the departure town here for the 130 riders as they headed out for a lap of the town before saying farewell, bound for Great Crested Butte and topping out at over 9,000 feet. As soon after leaving town, a breakaway of 4 riders getting clear. These 4 riders: Jay Thompson of the Bissell team, Brad White of the United Healthcare, Will Dixon of Jelly Belly, and Edouard Beltran, a Colombian, on Team EPM.
They got away on the early slopes of the climb, but the big names were wondering how they would handle the big altitude of this race here in Colorado. Riders like Cadel Evans, Andy Schleck and Frank.
Then came the first climb of the day, the only real climb of the day as far as the King of the Mountains was concerned, and over the top of the climb it was Edouard Beltran who was taking out the first point to become the early leader in the Nissan King of the Mountains. And it was over that climb where the riders also split up. Jay Thompson and Brad White are pushing on while Beltran and Dixon fell back. Dixon was the first to be caught. Beltran himself was wandering in no man's land but taking on fuel for the rest of the day.
Yeah, at that point they were around about 4.5 minutes in front of the 2 leaders, but shortly there were only 2 riders left. With 15 kilometers to go, they were caught.
Sprint number 1 came in Gunnison, and this was the town which was the turning point of the stage because they would turn right, and a surprise attack there by Brad White got him the 3-second time bonus. Then the 2 decided it was never going to work, and the field came up to them and everybody waved farewell. For the first time since the start, the whole field was back together by the time they came into the town of Crested Butte, and this was a death-defying sprint taken out on the inside by the Italian sprinter Viviani.
A young rider on the block, but once we started to get up to the climb, then it started to get extremely aggressive. The first man to really light the blue touch paper of the fireworks was Andy Schleck, going out hard.
Everybody shadowboxed all day. They were scared of the altitude, especially the Europeans, but when it come to the final showdown, everybody, it seemed, wanted to attack. This was like a Tour de France stage finish. Levi Leipheimer chased by Cadel Evans, and then breaking into the scene as well, Sergio Henao, the Colombian climber. But by the finish, the man who'd read it right was Levi Leipheimer, the winner of the recent Tour of Utah, was now the winner of stage 1 of the USA Pro Cycling Challenge, and with it would come a yellow jersey.
Yes, because of the 10-second time bonus, he garnered himself on that finishing line. It projected him right up to the top of the overall standings, but he himself knows there's still an awful long way to go, but he was very happy and emphatic about how explosive that victory was.
Nearly 4.5 hours they were in the saddle to cover the 99 miles of the day, but all the damage was done in the last 3 miles of the day. Gretsch finishing almost 1 minute behind and losing his overall lead. The Europeans particularly were exhausted. In the United Healthcare overall standings, Levi Leipheimer 11 seconds ahead of Christian van der Velde now. TJ van Garderen is third at 17 seconds, same time as Cadel Evans, the Tour de France champion. Robert Hessink, he was there too at 10 seconds. Brent Buchwalder, he slipped away from 3rd down to 6th. Tommy Danielson held on to a 9th place here, the same position he finished, by the way, in the Tour of France this year. And the podium completed there, top 10 by Jeff Lauder. Massive crowd here at Great Crested Butte to welcome on board Levi Leipheimer.
Extremely popular bike rider, but always likes to rise to the occasion when he races on home soil, whether it's the Amgen Tour of California or the brand new USA Pro Cycling Challenge. Levi Leipheimer likes to show that he's a good bike rider.
But stage 2 is going to be a toughie. Cottonwood Pass, Independence Pass. Leipheimer in charge.